Check, check. I know, man. I know. I missed out EVGN. Looks like it was a nice move too. Man, I tell you, Pastor slacking. 26 minutes late. Big slacking. MEGL as well, which that one did start earlier though. It's since 6:30. Yeah, this one was 7 a.m. So I could have been here for this move 7:03. It's given a nice push. It's pulled back. I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. I'm gonna keep an eye on MEGL and then watch and see if anything else hits the scans. Perhaps we get something else. Let's see. In terms of potential trades, so we got 335 for highs. Love the most recent pullback, 233, and there's a bit of a bear flag here. So over the next 2-3 minutes, we'll see how this plays out here, especially holding above the VWAP. Can we get over the whole dollar again? And hopefully I'm going to test my hotkeys actually. I gotta restart my DAS account. Hold up. Yeah, I'm not sure what causes this thing, man. I'm not sure what causes it to not be able to connect to the right account. There's only one account connected. Maybe it's something in the settings. Let's try that again. Okay, much better. I do want to pull up this script here to check some other stuff out. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on these two. I think if we can get over 3, we got up to 97 right there. And you know, we're holding up for now 260s. So there might be a chance this one can curl up again. Okay. Hotkeys are looking pretty good. All right. Don't forget, for those of you tuning in on YouTube, first and foremost, the disclaimer. Remember that day trading is always risky. You got to be careful. Go small first. And then only as you get comfortable over time does it make sense to put more size. Other than that, remember, copy trading does not work. And I do not invest for my subscribers, so be careful of fake accounts. New low here on this pullback 52, but it's holding up. Shift V, Shift B. Shift X, Shift C. Couple of hotkeys there. You gotta be early, man. You gotta be early. I can't believe it takes me like a full hour to go through my morning routine. I could skip half the stuff, but then I think throughout the day I'd be a little bit more uncomfortable, you know. So I gotta wake up even earlier. GELS, hitting the scans. GELS, pushing up. We got 283 for highs. I'm gonna. Oh, I'm not gonna get that fill at 40. In at 60, tight stop here. Man, I sold up at 98. Not my entire position didn't get filled. Are we strong enough for a little bit more size? This one is off on the other chart here. Bro, not getting filled is like definitely gonna be an issue. I made something there with a small size. Back over 3, it held up. So this one seems like it might be holding here. GELS up 60%, 1 million shares of volume. Oh my gosh. All right, okay. That last dip, I that last dip not holding up super well. I gotta be careful of the orders not filling. So canceling to then get back in again. 250 is fighting. It's fighting. Similar to the open, I don't want to rush to pull up the stock so we don't miss too many opportunities. It might come down. We held up again, but we didn't get over the whole dollar, and we're back here right away, so good breakdown this time. My first trade was a nice trade, the other two trades not so much. Time. Candle's about to close. There's a new 5-minute candle. So far, we've had higher lows on the 1-minute chart. Looks like it's coming down. 36, 35. It's definitely having some trouble here. The new 5 minute candle's another 3 minutes. It's coming down. Okay, let's see. From the other two that were on watch, the early range there wasn't bad though, from like 50 to 90. What happened is I sized up, and then that's the dip that ended up breaking down to 40. So EVGN, we needed this one to get over 3. We held up lows around 40s, curled up. Higher low, A, B, C, D. This is where we've had resistance. The 5 minute candle looks all right. I gotta make sure I stand up with a good posture, or else I'll be cooked by the time it's 9:30. Some people are probably going short here, being that it had trouble last time. But if we can get through, it definitely could start to squeeze a little bit for the retest of high of day. It would be nice to see it hold above the VWAP again here. At least try a couple times. Let's see if we can hold the range, retest the highs. So far, the bounce is not immediate like the last candle, but that's fine. As long as we're holding up above the support tier for now, that's okay. Oh, STX. GELS. Will we see the 1 minute candle make the new high? Taking it right under 90 and watching to see if there's going to be more resistance. If not, we can potentially break through. In which case I could try with a little bit more size. It looks good to go here on this candlestick. You know, it's a fresh 5 minute candle. We're opening fairly close to the resistance. If we can push through. By the way, if you're tuning in on YouTube, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. I gotta wake up at at least 5:45. I'm thinking if I'm gonna be ready for 7. I don't know why my morning routine takes so long, but you know, it's one of those things, man. I'm moving too slow. Frying up the eggs, everything moving too slow. Last night, no matter how I try, I'm in bed at like 9:50 market time. Oh, are we gonna be able to go here? See, I should have gotten filled. This can be an issue, right? Trying to get those fills right there. Because if we come down, it's like my order stuck a little higher there. I gotta also I had better hotkeys last time around. I felt like I gotta maybe make some changes there. I'm gonna try it again. Our candle did close very aggressively. Can we get to 320 and then a retest of the high of day levels? It's telling me that it should go, so I want to give it a chance. Just got to keep it tight. I don't want to see us coming down too low, you know? Will we see that explosion? Didn't take profits at 15. My stop is about 12 cents here. I don't think we should be coming back down if it's going to be good here, right? So this pullback I think is fine off of like 15, 16, but I think we should be holding up strong around the whole dollar area. So I want to give it that chance to give us that high that we know we can. If we don't hold 85, cutting it. It's a little lower than I would expect, but I still want to give it a chance. I got a 10-cent stop here, adding a little bit more. All right, it might be coming down. A little lower than I would like there. A little lower than I would like. So I should have took my 15 cents. It's a good looking setup to be back down. So we're basically giving back the gains after this flag. And I'd say that's confirmation, right? Holding above this resistance here. Not nicely. So I'd expect you gotta expect that there'll be a pullback, right? So it's not a problem, but I want the pullback to hold up a little higher. So I added 91, kind of watching that high 80s at that point, but gotta cut it. Something else hitting GELS, curling back up. And by the way, these scanners are like really good, especially in pre-market. This is like really, really good. So GELS back over VWAP. Got this one on one of the other charts here. I'm surprised that nice setup didn't go though, man. That was sweet. So maybe it holds up the VWAP and tries again later, but definitely selling off way more than I would expect for getting over that whole dollar level. Hindsight, if I go back, I just sell 315, right? So, trying to hold a little longer pre-market for some bigger picture moves. What I also don't have is my hotkey to sell half. That's another thing. I have it somewhere in that script. I gotta look through the script and plug it in. Probably like use space bar or something, shift space bar. GELS pushing up. The 5-minute candle to make the new high was at 45. I'll take the scalp there. The key for this one is, I mean, it did come from really low, like $2, but what was high 80s, VWAP 50, and there's a bit of a triple top here over 85. So it could definitely go if it gets over that level. 5 minute candle is red. I do want to keep an eye out on that. We got about 3 minutes. He's definitely fighting here. I'm surprised it held up there. That was good though. That was pretty good. There's some more volume this time, so will we see over 85? Yes, way more volume than before. So watching. Still not quite through over the level though. We got 89 and back to 80. A little bit of chasing here. Can we see over the whole dollar? I like that we closed high. See, I should have gotten filled right there, man. That's kind of annoying. Should have that those trades like that kind of tough. Because if the stock ever comes down fast, it's like you're not, you're not out. Keeping an eye still. Want to get those quick, fast fills. Son of a gun. That might have been okay. Can we try again here? Over 3. I should have held that, or I should have bought back one of the two. 31 new high. Watching the pullback closely here. Trying not to be too hasty. Can we see something good? Seems like it's holding high. Why is my eyeball itching? Not the time. Not the time. Okay, I chased it there, didn't work. Hmm. Still sticking to relatively small size. I think over time though I'll continue to size up more and more. I can just see a guy like Ross just adding. Can this thing hold up though? That's the real question here. He's like adding. The monster size. The monster size. So I'm in at 3 and now watching for a retest of 320 over time. Our 5 minute candle has just a couple seconds, so we'll want to see a big boost here at the end. If not, we could end up seeing a bigger pullback. I'm going to cut it. Could be worth getting back in though. Did I miss the dip? Low was 90 this time. I might have missed that low, that new low. Dang, man. I literally turned my head to turn off this alarm on my phone and that's it. The entry's gone. Brother. Okay, maybe I can still chase it. Oh, it's back down. That was quick. The 5 minute candle is red. It's an interesting drop. We've just bottomed out, but we've dropped already. Stock still looks good though. Maybe I take a little smaller size in this next trade. So smaller size here, watching. Want to see a quick reclaim? If not, cutting it. Okay, there's a quick reclaim. Can we hold over 90? Retest the $3 level. If not, we might be seeing more pullback. Yeah, back out. The stock is strong, so I want to watch to see where it bottoms out. And we have VWAP here coming up. So it looks like a bit of a 5 minute pullback, but I don't think we're weak. I don't think the stock is really weak per se. I'm taking a starter here to VWAP, really small starter, 80 shares. Can come down some more, so if it overshoots the landing zone, I have a stop, but I'll also be adding. WINT hitting scans. I don't want to switch away from this one just yet. I still think there could be more opportunity here. What's the time? 3 minutes. WINT hitting scans. There's always a chance that it could be backside, which is why it's just a starter. In case we go lower. Okay, let me see WINT real quick. 110, 117. Okay, maybe WINT is worth it. I want to trade two at the same time. So WINT 120 for highs. This setup could end up working out though. Especially if we can hold up the $0.50 at least. Worst case scenario. I'd say worst case scenario though. If too much below that is just not good. So I'd want to be adding. So at 74, I had 74. I'd want to like add a couple more times in there and then watch. High 40, WINT. It's flirting around 40. GELS, I mean, is it backside or will we have held up here if I was to take, I'd probably had closer to 300 shares now. Average maybe like 62, 61 maybe. Maybe even like 50, I don't know. Yeah, maybe like 61 average, 62. We did gain more volume on this candle. It probably is backside. I mean, we did have a bit of a wick here on the green candle coming down, so the time is always important because if the candle is young, then there's a chance it gains more volume. So first official pullback for WINT. It's 807. That's a pretty good move all the way back to 40. I took the 10 cents. We're gonna see a little more. I want to see the quick bounce. The candle is red, so I want to be careful here. All right, it's coming down. Our 5-minute candle's pulling back. The new candle's a minute out. A minute and a couple seconds. The front side was great so far. Pulled back. Will we see a second leg? It's still possible. There's a new low. Perhaps a Christmas tree. MEGL, did we curl up a little bit? Oh, not much. So our lows were 1. We got candles closing below the VWAP now, so giving it some time. We saw some good setups that didn't really hold up. And this one here, a bit more of a front side move alone. You really want to see the flag, hold. Give that second push going up again. It is so interesting though to not see high of day momentum stocks after the open anymore. Like no one is releasing breaking news after the open is what it seems. which is interesting. Historically, we've seen, headlines at like 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m., sometimes coming into power hour. So pre-market, of course, we're having a ton of headlines, so stocks are just ripping up, whether they sell off or not. XFOR. So GELS, MEGL, WINT. Time, it's only 8 a.m., so still early here, all things considered, for pre-market. Cheaper prices will sometimes squeeze. Due to the cheaper price, bigger size, sometimes smaller size for bigger price, higher price. Yeah, that makes sense. How many people do we have tuning in here? We got 238 people, which is actually way more than I thought. So a lot of you guys are definitely here early. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I haven't been checking the news on anything. Just straight to the technicals for me. I haven't checked the news headline in like a year, like 2 years maybe, or 3 years. I used to in the past. I'll always give it a look, see what it is. I think there might be some good there though, because sometimes you'll see um a connection in certain sectors, right? Like a sector can become hot and kind of have sympathy momentum. That's one of the good things. Other than that, I try not to take the news headline at face value, because we've seen some great headlines and then the stocks sell off. Then we've had, hey, we're going to be bankrupt in 3 months. This is GUPS, I believe, or GNUS. Hey, we're going to be bankrupt in 6 months. Stock does 300%, then the next day another 300%. And it's like very interesting for a company going down the drain. And that's just one example, but sometimes the news headline will not have, you know, the outcome that we would think. So for me, it's never really been the only indicator to get into a trade, but it can definitely put a bit of a bias if you're not careful. Yeah, WINT, front side move only, no continuation. It started below $1 too, which I'm not really trading. My hotkeys are kind of not set up properly for sub $1. The mighty is in the building. The mighty is in the building. So waiting on the scans again. Waiting on the scans. We might see a slower start to the open, but there'll probably be some action later throughout as we go. But it kind of depends on if we see something else closer to the bell hit the scans, or at least it's closer to the highs. So far, everything is at rest. EVGN curling up a little bit. A bit of a double bottom, holding up this previous low around 230s. We had a low of 22, 8 cents. These setups are always interesting, but tough to get if you're not really just watching one stock only. And WINT with a relief bounce. For those of you who do trade pre-market and then the entire day, how does your body hold up? I've been standing now for an hour, which is not, or let's say close to an hour, which is not that bad. But I can already feel like this fatigue of wanting to sit down. And then I'll sit down for an hour, and then I'll want to stand up again, and then it's like I'm cooked. They say the average age of a trader is between I think like 28, 30, maybe 30, I think it's 30. 30 and like 55, 60. Man, take a nap at lunch. Yeah, I'm like, how does your body hold up trying to sit stand at the computer? I mean, I've spoke to some guys who said that throughout certain markets on certain stretches, like for months on end, weeks and months on end, they'll stay there from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And the most that they did was just to go to the door to grab a sandwich or something. Or if they're married, maybe like the wife might have brought in like a sandwich or like some lunch or something. And they're eating it as they're still watching. Brutal, brutal. But I guess if the market is rewarding you nicely, maybe the pain goes away from all the gains, right? The gains can bring about some smiles. Okay, looking through the watch list, MEGL. We're still on lows for a lot of them. WINT back at 1. XFOR back down. I'll probably stick to smaller size for the rest of pre-market, being that I'm down $200. Red 100 GELS, red $70, EVGN, and WINT red $60. Had some good opportunities to potentially take profits off the table, but was holding for bigger moves on that, especially that nice trade that we had. Tesla and large caps, I think semiconductors really nice move. I think there was some sort of announcement towards a trade deal. So you had a lot of stocks push up, except for Apple. Apple struggling. Apple is struggling. Maybe because so much of their products are made in China and just overseas in general. Maybe there's just a little bit of uncertainty there, but more than likely I'll be watching at it if the depending on what news comes out and how the trade deal goes. Probably will catch up to the other Max 7 stocks. WINT grinding its way back up. 5-minute candle make a new high. The volume coming up is a little lighter, but there is 2 minutes to go in the candle. Definitely got to be trading pull. Definitely got to be careful trading pullbacks on weaker candles and the larger time frames. Optimism can get you into the trade, just looking for it to hold up supports, but you got to stick to the rules. Let me see what you guys are saying on the YouTube stream. Let's see. Daniel, John, Ronald, a couple other people. Phil, what's up? Good morning. Mohammed as well. Yeah, I came in at 7:20, so I kind of, slacked off a little bit there. I was telling the audience earlier that my morning routine takes like an hour, and I woke up at 6:15. I got out of bed, which is maybe a little too late, being that I need an hour, right? What this is too is because I'm gonna be here through and through till like 11, right? Till 12. I got to do everything so that I don't have to keep like leaving off the stream for like 10, 15 minutes. So breakfast, bathroom breaks, everything, just get everything out of the way and then just could stay here the whole time. Shouldn't need an hour still. I mean, I remember my sibling, so there's a sibling that I have that I remember at our old house, right? This guy was able to get out of bed and be ready to leave for work in like 7 minutes. And I always would ask him like, how is this possible? And here I am taking an hour. There's too much time. I gotta cut down on that. Maybe 40 minutes max, 30 minutes max. If not, I'll have to wake up at 5:30. Oh man, 5:30 wake up time. So still keeping an eye on the scans. Nothing really hitting yet. WINT is still fighting again. The volume is a little lighter here, but maybe it's on to something. If you're now tuning in, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Mike Morgan, what's up, man? John Tay. That's the first time I've heard that name. So there's 114. Can we see candles close above this level here? All right. This is where I start to get a little bit more interested. That pullback very tight, not jumping in on that. Come on, give us that early pullback. That early sweet dip. We got an hour till the open. The pullback there again, pretty tight. Maybe we're not going to come down as much. Hive day is at 51. Still early here though, so being patient, watching and waiting. Do we have what it takes to get back to 51? There's a lot of selling coming in, watching. There's early selling pressure, which is fine. See, the pullback happened to come into the new candle here, which is not ideal, but it is possible it goes right back down. And it's big too. If we can see this pull back early and it's, a little bit more tight, that's better. I'm gonna take a sec to go clean clean these glasses. These blue light glasses to help with this ceiling light. Got some fingerprints. Back in a sec. Guys, for those of you tuning in, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Let me see what you guys are saying here in the YouTube chat. Julian, yeah, it's not gonna stay super hot all the time. It's gonna cool off a little bit, but I'd say it's still pretty decent. But you got to catch the early moves, and sometimes you gotta maybe be here since 4 a.m. because sometimes, if we look at MEGL, I believe that one was an early push. 6:30. ZENA. And you got to be quick to pull them up. ZENA pushing 540s. Might not be much. All right, let me go clean these glasses off. I'll be back. Your girlfriend's name is Zena. Shout out to Zena. Zena, if you're listening to this stream, you're dating a day trader and he's a millionaire. Hopefully she's not listening, because then now you might be cooked. Oh man. Hey, but shout out to Zena, right? WINT. Not looking so good. We got Lucas with a very nice traveling trading setup here. Looking pretty good. If you're now tuning in, don't forget the disclaimer. Day trading is risky. Do not trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. If you're brand new to trading, if you're brand new to the markets, we think this is good, a good rule to stick by, no matter who you are, where you're from. If you're brand new to the markets, do not trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. If you need that money you're trading money, the money that's in your account, to pay your bills, for example, this is not the place. Not the place at all. So if you're new, be careful, start slow, go small, and then only after becoming competent and experienced does it make sense to increase your risk, put more capital, and or size up. Okay? So be careful with that. Remember, copy trading does not work. And lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers. So be careful with fake accounts. Yes, there are sadly a lot of fake Relentless trader accounts. I will never message you first. So right as of right now, our pre-market stocks are a little on the slower side. We're not really seeing anything making new highs. We are seeing more consolidations towards the lows, which could be an opportunity as well. KLTO from yesterday also held up fairly well. Not sure if anyone here in the community was swinging this one. ZENA, small green candle again. I don't remember seeing this one yesterday, but it did go from 450 to 588. We did have KLTO and KNW, so especially KLTO was hot right away into the open. You can definitely miss something hitting the scans in those situations. Yeah, the Tesla swing, I didn't buy back. I probably should have bought back, but I wasn't super on it. I wasn't super on it. The problem with me is that I saw 295 at 2:30 p.m. was this Friday, and I didn't look back. And then when I saw that the lows were 70, sometimes you're never gonna catch the exact bottom. WINT, NZE, NA. But anytime the companies are coming down for, let's say there was some fundamentals there because the tax credit, of course, was a pretty big boost. But Tesla did mention that in the long run it could be good because other EVs would also lose the tax credit and they would potentially still be able to have decent numbers. So, but I think anybody really, looking to hold a little longer is just waiting to see how the robo taxi and then the Optimus, the full self driving robo taxis, how much that can potentially, you know, increase revenue, increase the net income. I haven't heard anything about the semis, and I haven't heard about the semis in like years. Not sure how their progress is with the semis. But I wonder if, let's say, the robo taxi ends up being good and safe, because you see it from time to time, right? For those of us living in like bigger cities like New York, LA, we might not see it as much, but there are some, Waymos, right? That's the car brand with the cars that with all the cameras on top and on the sides. Now it's like a quarter million to make one of those. And so Tesla, if they can get their regular, Model Ys and etc. to be able to have this same capability and safety, it makes you wonder what would happen to jobs like taxi jobs, like Uber jobs and Lyft drivers, Because if the car, and we've seen in Arizona, is my first time seeing it on this last team house trip. We're at a restaurant and we're right at the window where the parking lot is, and three guys, they jump out of the car, nobody's driving. So maybe the future is already here. If every single Tesla could do this, then maybe companies like Lyft and Uber, maybe they start buying Teslas in bulk, because, and I mean, maybe you'll have to do some math there to see, in terms of like maintenance on the car, you'll definitely need a lot of charging ports to be everywhere. I think that's maybe the biggest killer is the time it takes to charge. But if the car is safe and can pick up passengers by itself, a big part of the expense is the employee. So they'll if they can eliminate the employee at an upfront cost, which they can then make back on the back end, they're probably going to do it, right. And then you'll have the individuals that own Teslas maybe having their car go around and pick people up, and then they themselves do a different side hustle. ZENA, pushing up a little bit, but light volume, not too sure about it. WINT, some bigger range here. For those of you who are a little older, right? How did you guys drive around without the GPS that we have now? I can't imagine having to pull out a map. Man. I can punch in on my phone right now and drive to Boston. I can drive from New York to Boston right now, and it takes 2 seconds to calculate the best route. How did the people back in the days do this stuff? Print out directions, maps, papers on maps. Man, NVTS. I'm not seeing it on the scans here. NVTS getting called out. Technology, man. Technology is the future. Technology is what, technology, man. It's part of why these tech stocks are doing so well and have so much people buying in. Stocks like Tesla missing earnings every time and people still giving them money. NVTS, I've sized down to just, infant size for the rest of the pre-market. Can't afford to give back. Any more? New egg? Ah, CARM, a penny. I'm surprised this one didn't hit. Breakout at 44 up to 49. I'll actually trade this one through Thinkorswim. In terms of share size, I got hotkeys for just 80 shares, 300 shares, and then 500 shares. Not going over thousands of shares. Unless it's a penny like this, going a couple thousand shares. It is moving, man. 54, okay. 50 to 48. 55. It seems like pre-market has so much variety though. We've had at least like 6 different stocks move up at one point or another. So here's the question: is the first actual pullback? We had something small in here, but is the first actual pullback going to be able to hold? Candle didn't end red. It's right back up. Well, I'm not getting a chance to properly jump in here. It's a new pre-market high over after-hour highs. Sheesh. Sometimes stocks like this, you just got to jump in and hey, 2 cent stop, right? Just jump in, 2 cent stop is maybe the approach. I mean, we did have some bottoming wicks though, so I guess 50 to 47, 50 to 48, and 55 to 52 before the new high. Something for me to keep in mind during the open today is to be absolutely fearless in those micro opportunities. I wouldn't say that I feel like a deer in the headlights, but the stock is just up so much, you know. $44%. It's a long watch list today. My hotkeys are also not the best for penny stocks. Is another thing. KLTO. Pre-market highs were 57. There's a high of 66. It could be it could be at the end of the move here. Honestly, I'd be a little surprised if it actually keeps going. The breakout started around 44 or so. My Relentless Trader account in the chat room is having some issues, by the way, so I actually can't reply to DMs right now, which is quite silly, but in Discord, I tell you. Just trying again. We got 30 minutes to the open here. New high by about 4 or 5 cents. People use Market Watch for news sometimes. Market Watch, is it Market Watch? Or is it Yahoo? I think Yahoo Finance, actually. Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance is good for news. For the people still using Momo Pro, there's a news tab in there as well. KLTO will probably be in play today. Looks like it's at rest right now, but it's possible. We see a nice push there later in the day. WINT still at the lows. XFOR, CENA. ZENA has a decent daily chart, but it might not have the attention it needs. Any of you guys in the Warrior chat room? How much is Ross up? Also, did he trade this penny? I'm curious of this penny here. Well, the pre-market traders. No. I don't have access to the chat room per se. Well, I guess I probably do. I actually honestly I never even checked. Isn't that crazy? I never even looked. What I use is just the scanners. I don't even. I would assume I didn't have access, or I don't. But I'm not even sure how that works. You guys probably like this guy here, man. But yeah, I log into this thing and straight to the scans. This thing is flying, man. 73, 74. I wonder if using the ladder would make sense for this. I do have pure limit orders that could work. but they're a little clunky because if it skips over your order or there's like a partial fill, then you have to go in, manually put the new balance again of the position and then try again. 25 minutes for the open. Man, this is insane. So from 45 to 82, 85. Ay, 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 man. Will we get anything close to this? Maybe. Maybe we see some continuation after the bell. Again, my hotkeys are not really set up for sub $1. I can use pure limit orders, but they're also not as good. So I'm kind of just on the sidelines. What I need to make is new hotkeys for just one sub $1. Sub $1 hotkeys. That's probably the way to go. I can set them up for tomorrow. Um, I'll set them up for tomorrow. For those people tuning in on YouTube, be sure to hit the thumbs up. We came in around 7:20 a.m. today. No luck getting green though. Red $200 here. Trading ZENA, ZENA, WINT, EVGN, and GELS. Small losses. A couple of entries were really good, but we didn't take profits in some of them. Looking for that bigger move. Some stocks didn't really continue. Pop and drop, pump and dump kind of thing. Sub $1 SF. SF, man, I'm gonna check in with you after for a screenshot of those hotkeys. Aye, aye, aye. CRAM still looking good. Charisma Therapeutics. Therapeutics companies have always been pretty good. Bio, bio therapeutics and pharmaceuticals over the years have been the most steady ones that'll pop up on the scans. We got 20 minutes to the open. 20 minutes. That's the list of stocks here. Resistance 85 and could be backside. Some people are mentioning. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I do plan on using a little bit more size today during the open. Yesterday we did have some size, not a crazy amount, but relative to the stocks that we were trading. Today we're going to look to put a little bit more size. Um, the key is to be quick, and also when stocks are pulling back, we just want to stick to two watch list stocks, if anything, right? When stocks are pulling back, paying attention for key red to green opportunities. That's been something that's been missing for me the last couple of weeks. As I'm always switching away, trying to find something uptrending, which has worked very well in other markets. But sometimes in this market here, we're seeing a red to green opportunity, which then leads to a bit of a small push. And sometimes missing that trade means, a pullback is coming and we could already be on the backside. Do we have more fight left in CARM? Our current 5-minute candle is green. There is a bottoming wick. And we're curling up. Perhaps it tries again for a new high. We do have a bit of a descending resistance here, but it's still a flag. We'll see how it plays out. Honestly, over 82 could be interesting. SF is locked and loaded. Locked and loaded with some nice trades there. There's 82. Not quite holding over 82 though. Just trying again. LICN hitting the scans. Bro, these scanners really shine in pre-market though. The moment something starts to hit, it's right there. Can't ask for a quicker response than that. Let's see. Let's see. Nice and easy. We got another 15 minutes to the open. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up for those of you tuning in on YouTube. Waiting for the open here. CRAM, nice move. I'll have my hotkeys for sub $1 for tomorrow. Into the open, I'm thinking maybe CRAM and CARM, and then let's see, KLTO. I definitely will want to keep an eye on. It's a little slow right now, but we could see some volume later. AGRI. Still too early on that one. MEGL is down quite a bit. Likewise for EVGN. WINT, same thing. This one might keep going here into the open, I think. We did see something similar yesterday. I'm gonna turn on my screen recording. We got another 10 minutes. What I gotta do is probably 2 separate recordings as well. One for pre-market. For Momo Pro, I can post the video link that I had. I think it's still up there somewhere. Over 82, still having some trouble here. I have pure limit orders, but you know, I don't know, man. They're not the best in my experience for this type of price. um, hmm. Do I have that video? KLTO. KLTO coming alive for the open. For Momo Pro, the gap scanner is going to be good. And for what I remember, all you have to do is filter for the no filter is what you'll need, right? The no filter, this one right here is all you need. After the open, if you're in the chat room, I can send you the screenshots for these other ones. After the open, pause. You can pause this video, screenshot it yourself right now. After the open for the gap scan, I find that this works really good. You can also bring this price down so you can get sub $1. The high-low stream, however, you know, this is why I'm using this other scan now. The high-low stream right here is a little broad, or you know, it's a little hard to narrow it down. So you know, you might have to mess around with the settings, but these are the settings that I've had. You probably will have to mess around with it a little bit to get it a little tighter or something. Yeah. Momo Pro. I still have access to my Momo Pro. I'll still use it if I need to. Good old Momo Pro. KLTO is coming alive, perhaps for the open. Maybe it might be one of our hotter stocks here. CARM perhaps finished. We have another 7 minutes to the opening bell. Yeah, tomorrow I'll record for pre-market. I gotta remember to just do 2 separate recordings and I can start a new one after the open. WINT. A lot of the stocks earlier that came sold off. 6 minutes to the opening bell. 6 minutes. Shout out to Rich. Rich is also live and ready to go in the chat. We got 5 minutes. So I'm thinking CARM, KLTO, and the third one will be like a toss up. We're still holding above 74, which is good for CARM. Yesterday, I had a lot of issues with not holding long enough in some areas. So today, once we're in, especially if we love the fill we're getting, we're gonna look to give it that extra second or two. See if we get the extra boost, the extra push. We had like 7 or 8, maybe even more of those areas. Three minutes. Zendu? Yeah, I have that too. I have everything, bro. I have that up in the back so I can hear. What I really like about that one is it calls out whenever the resumptions are close. And then it also will call out the name of the ticker, which I mean every scanner kind of has that, but when the resumptions are counting down like less than a minute, it's a good reminder because sometimes you can get distracted watching something else. I say use everything, man. What whatever it takes to get, Yeah, KLTO, that was the one yesterday that went from about 60 cents or so. Today it's at $3. So I'll definitely have that one on watch as well. KLTO. Two minutes. There's a 2 minute warning. Don't forget if you're tuning in on YouTube, be sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're tuning in on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Also, if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. And I do have another webcam. I have this whole camera that I got here. I gotta switch it out. It's way more high definition. I hooked it up. Didn't really love it initially, but it's still better, right? Which is the key. And then also when you're using a green screen, there's like the overlay of the colors in the background, depending on what color I hop on. But anyhow, I'll hit the thumbs up. And let's rock and roll here. We got 60 seconds. CARM still holding up this 74 area. Some indecision here into the open. We got 10 seconds. It's moving very quickly. I must have had a high fill right there. The ATS, is there anything there? It's coming down 60, 75, 75, 75, 74, 74, 73. EVGN did go from 97 to 230. Guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. For those of you tuning in on YouTube, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. EVGN did move up a little bit here. Seven, seven, seven. 984 is the high. 84 cents for the high. It might be sideways for a little bit before we end up seeing something. Our last 5 minute candle wasn't bad. My fills are not great, so I'll ease off a little bit. Hopefully we can continue to hold up the lows here though. 70. I'm gonna take a quick look through some of the other ones just to see. GELS. Over 225. The momentum definitely a little scattered still. Guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up for those of you tuning in on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. GELS, high of 46. Looking for something that's, all the momentum is converging onto, all the volume. If CARM is going to sell off here. QUBT, UMAC. Which stock is going to be the stock? Checking out some of the other ones from pre-market. WINT, not much. How about ZENA? Could be interesting. UMAC. There's just too many moving. Oh, I missed this one. NCNA. Man, bro. This was nice from 12 to 18. Our KLTO perhaps coming alive. Highs were 55. Watching the starter here. KLTO from yesterday making moves. It's raining. There's a seller. Oh, okay. The seller's gone. I don't think they got filled though. 96,000 shares, 36 gone. Do we have what it takes? Do we have what it takes? Do we have what it takes? $55 was the high. Do we have what it takes? Watching KLTO, we had highs at 50. Ay, ay, ay. KLTO. What is it going to be? A lot of churn here. Bro, how did I not make that 3 cents, bro? Come on. Our 5 minute candle pulling back. More. Waiting, waiting. Damn, as soon as we get up here, there's another damn seller. 100,000 size, 20. Check. Is there anything else? CARM got back to 82. Oh man. You know, again, I keep saying it every time, right? Looking away from stocks that are pulling back and then they give a massive move. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Man, I tell you. 70 to 83 in one candle. And it is still a little tough to stay on those stocks, you know, as it just keeps selling off. All right, let's see. It might keep going. Let's see. If I have to buy it high to sell it higher, I will. And I am chasing it like a madman. Nice trade there. It might halt up. It might. It is. I got 95. I got 85 to 91. Jeez Louise. So it's looking like KLTO from yesterday, right? KLTO today. Monstrosity. All right, I think it's obvious which one it is now, so I'm gonna switch back. Now, now it's time to let loose and to swing for the moon. KLTO pull back. We had lows all the way 301. Brad had to leave early. I mean, way to stay disciplined, man, because you know it can get a little dicey. All right, okay. It's resumption showing 91. Let me prepare. Let me get ready here. Man, they keep curling up from the lows every time. And I know this, and I'm still not watching the one stock. ARAI. ARAI lighter volume. Putting on my big boy pants here. And gearing up for battle. I think the sympathy, not the sympathy, the strength. You can say sympathy too. The strength is to our side. I think the buying side, being that we had a stock of a similar price do something just as good yesterday. So a lot of greed is probably in this lower price range right now, and so I'd expect to move over one, maybe 110, 120. It might not be all right away, but over time at least. And so there might be a good opportunity here for the dip and rip. Resumption price is showing 91 sideways. Two minutes to go. 2 minutes. You catch this move coming up right now, you're in the driver's seat, bro. You're in full control. But they say better late than never. Time to take control now. My middle name will be Control today. Time for some redemption. Time for some sweetness. Oh, yes. We got 93 showing for resumption. 93. Still want to see the setup, though. I don't want to just jump in just because. Still want to see the setup. If not, no trade. And I'll wait for the next opportunity. And with the dip and rip, there's only and truly one entry. So I don't want to over trade it if it's not going right away. If we do see a sweet pullback. If you guys can recall, yesterday around 11 a.m., I gave back because I over traded the resumption. It's one trade and one trade alone. If it doesn't work, sidelines until the next setup comes along. CARM. 20 seconds. Allow me to have this dance. 93 resumption price showing. If the first trade is good and there's a continuation trade, that's a different story. But here we go. 3 seconds showing 93. Can we get that sweet dip? Long. And there's 99. Nice. Allow me to have this redemption dance. Watching the dip again. There's 95, tight stop. It's turning a bit. Watching. Got a slightly smaller size here for this pullback. 15 is the new halt up. Doesn't seem like it's ready just yet. Will we see a bigger dip? Waiting. If not, I will buy high to sell higher. Waiting. Waiting. If it holds here, I'll be in, but waiting. Okay. Okay, it is pulling back 96, 96. Selling, 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 selling. Now waiting. Tighter stop. Holding to the low of the candlestick here and willing to add if we see signs. If not, tight stop below the lows for me. Okay. 9-3, 9-3, 9-2, 9-1. Back in. Our 5-minute candle needs to recover. If not, you know, we're going to be looking a little topping wick here. What? My dash just shut down for no reason. Oh my god. Hold on, I'll be back. Bro, what is this, man? What? Dang. KLTO. Nice move. We're kind of low here. It might be, yeah, it might be too soon. Kind of low. It's a nice flag, all things considered, but we do have a topping wick on the 5. Gotta be careful of that. There's 96. If we go, will we see a pullback is the question. One thing's for sure, can't afford Dash shutting down like that during pre-market, because it's just too dangerous getting stuck in a trade for that long. 8-6. $69 up to 91. How are we doing on KLTO? It looks like it's a nice pullback here too. The chat room. Big Steve, it is time to exit the drawdown, brother. It is time to take control. This one is looking a little weaker here. CARM. So I think perhaps watching at KLTO. But, maybe it does a surprise big move up right back up again, right? Because that's what's been happening. Oh, KLTO. Perhaps it's on to something here. KLTO coming alive. Over 71 could also be interesting. Curious to see how the 5-minute chart looks. Five-minute chart looks good. CARM also curling up a little. KLTO. There's 92 for CARM. Looks like KLTO rejecting 70. Paper hands right there. Paper hands, KLTO. CARM 93. Bro, come on, man. That was a sweet chance for the reclaim. Okay, maybe CARM again here. KLTO. $95. 97. Taking a quick baby pullback. Baby pullback. Struggling. I gotta be quicker. I gotta be faster. More speed. And whenever I think about speed, for some reason, Lightning McQueen comes in my head. Gotta be faster than the speed of light if I'm to capture anything here. All too soon, perhaps. This one looks good here again. CARM. I keep saying to not look away, and I keep looking away. When will I learn? could have been in or holding from lower levels. Look at that fill. Highs are at 107. The halt up is at 106. Was it low? Shoots. We had 8-4. Are we on to something here? We're seeing a consistent stream of buying coming in there, which is music to my ears. I'm gonna be watching here. Hmm. Come on. See, we didn't really pull back since that dip, right? That's a problem there. It's just holding and going sideways and then going up. It's not really dipping. So definitely the longer hold and more size down there would have been better. Does it have what it takes to go all the way? And these nonsense fills, bro. Too many of those and you're losing too much. I'm getting filled at the very highest point all the time in the depths. 9, 9. Damn. It's back to the lows after 95 high. I think it's still strong because the amount of buying we had though going up, you know? The volume didn't really increase in the 5 minute candlestick, but we did have a good stream going up. Sizing down and watching. KLTO is still fighting over 350. KLTO still fighting. That one over 370 could be very interesting. Oh, Crispy's back. The Crisper is back. CARM, what is it going to be? Are we going to hold up or are we going to break down? If this stock can go to like 180, like the other one yesterday, would be really nice. It's asking for a lot though. It's already up 300%. You guys can already imagine too why it's like if you're a very, very equipped trader years ago, when all of those same high of day stocks in pre-market hitting would hit during the open, and just imagine the sweetness, the sugar and the spice. 84 the lows. There's 85. 84, 83. See, I'm not getting filled where I'm buying. I would have been flat in this trade. It's a loss. And I'm looking at the ask there. So I'm getting filled above the ask because I'm trying to jump in. Come on. That is most disappointing. Anyhow, it's not bouncing right away, so could be cooked here. Could be cooked stew. If there's a bear flag, it could be interesting. Oh, it's coming down hard. 73 to halt down. ARAI halted, higher price. This is not higher price. Higher price is like 40 bucks, bro. The question is if we can gain volume and take over as a hot stock. ARAI less than a minute for resumption, showing 11:10, halted up at 11:09. Volume not as high as I would like, but we can definitely see volume on the resumption, so keeping an eye. It's up 76%, so people should already be aware of it. Getting cooked with the fills, getting cooked. Only small size here on this resumption. ARAI watching 6 seconds to resumption. Taking the dip at 40. Bro, what was that? That was close. That almost went to the depths. You know the Mighty's in 5,000 shares down there. The Mighty. The Mighty Marcelo. It took a while to fill the shares too, which, you know, bit of an issue there. Watching to see if it gives an entry again. 85 high of day. Taking this dip, small size. Climb like the wind. Nice. Climb like the wind. Not a good analogy there. 1185 high of day. Is the breakout worth it? It's back down again. Halting down, man. Wow. This is absolutely high risk. Oh, man. I think I'll leave this one alone here. There's high of day though, back to 1180. The halt is at 1223 going up. It almost halted down, false halt down, full red to green. Halting up now, false halt. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. It's halting up 35. It looks like it'll get locked in. Maybe this might become the next stock here. I thought that false halt. I thought that halt down was going to be it, but so I missed the entire red to green all the way up $1 plus. You blink and you miss it. I don't want to give back what I have. So if I take a couple hundred shares, I'd have to lose $2 a share here to go back to flat. In which case, can I just make a couple $100, or let's say $100, and then I can increase size a little more, and then keep going from there. But this one is high risk for sure. Most of the trades are going to be, 30 to 60 cents winners or losers. No in between really. NCNA. Don't worry, man. When I came into the open today, I already mentioned my game plan, which was to put a little bit more size. Mostly because I feel good mentally. Yesterday was also a decent day. And yesterday enraged me. It's like, bro, yesterday should be up 10,000, It's just how the moves are happening, man. Like that red to green starts from the lows when I'm like not even looking. And it's been happening. KWM. There's no chance for me to like get in early and be in control of the stock when the moves are happening from the depths. And I'm telling myself to not look away, and then I'm still looking away. KWM. Hopefully KWM halts up because it seems a little lighter in volume. A little bit more risk in that one. It's time to eliminate this drawdown is what it is. Time to eliminate the drawdown and climb to new heights and new highs. Yeah, ARAI I think is the better one here. KWM volume is too low. We got a minute 30 seconds to resumption. We will resume at 25:16. 25:16, currently 23:57. Most of you guys will realize the YouTube live stream is delayed by a couple seconds, 3 seconds for some people. Others could be 5, 10, 15 seconds. I've heard there's a guy watching me all the way in Africa that was 1 minute behind on the stream, no matter what he did. I can't remember which country. He's like, RT, man, I see the move, and then I have to wait 1 minute to hope and see if you caught the move. Like, man, that is insane. 27 seconds. We're currently 12:35. Resumption showing 12:50. Small size. Looking to protect the gains. If we do see good opportunities and another good setup, we can size up for the second trade and then take it from there. 7, 6, 5. Here we go. Again, one more time. I'm chasing it, and it's not gonna work there. Wait, how much did I... What? Bro, I should have made more than that. I guess my size was small. Oh, come on. I cut that too soon. Break of 13, having trouble. Smaller size here on the pullback. I should have gotten filled instantly there. Come on. If I'm putting my order out and the ask price is going up and I'm buying on the ask, it should be instant. It's like it has to come back down to fill me. Ludicrous. At this rate, I'm gonna shut down my account and go get a new account number. Oh, that's gonna be a tough one. Not good. Tough loss right there. It got over 13 by a couple cents more than last time, but still didn't take off. The halt up is 13.90. 13.90 for the halt up. Okay. I'm chasing it. Chasing it. And I'm back out. Trying to buy high to sell higher, but not an immediate move. And there's the move. The move is delayed. Slow to take off. And you know, what I could have done there differently is to hold to 13 instead of cutting it flat. 60 cents gone to the wind. Needed to just hold that because 13 was the resistance. You know, we didn't really break back below. Pastor. But those moves need to be instant, or, you know, typically we're dropping. 74. There's sellers over 14. The halt is now 14.22. Nice dip into the previous resistance. Now do not Titanic. If this Titanic's here, then not much I can do. Reclaim. No, it's coming down. See, now that type of drop off we don't want to see. It went down to 50. It's insane that the 5-minute candle is so strong that it's still green, still holding up. But that could be it. That might be it here. Definitely wouldn't want to be back below 13. See, here's the thing, right? If I'm a short seller, am I short anywhere at all? Like there's no chance to really get in with a proper area. Can't afford to miss that trade over 13. Gotta just, stomach the hold. Don't cut it until it breaks down. And then I'd be selling up at 14, making another 400 bucks, 500 bucks. Nah, 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 bro. Ah, man, this is not okay. That's not okay, bro. That is not okay, man. I should have just sold that flat. Man, I got cooked with that entry there. Completely cooked. I should have sold it break even. That was a bad hold. It increased my risk, by like 20 cents, literally. There might be a dip here. Can we see another flush out? Oh, okay. 12.20 bounced up a little bit. And hmm. I can't with these entries that. I'll take the money and run. KLTO time is 10:30. I think I might take the early exit. I might take the early exit. You guys, don't forget that day trading is risky business, all right? Do not trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. It's all about building experience and competence before sizing up. Remember, copy trading does not work. And lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers. So be careful of fake accounts. I will never message you first. How is CARM? Not really much in that area there. KLTO is bouncing off the lows a little bit, but I remember 350 was a huge support. It might be resistance now. Going short here. Couple of shares. No shares available. ARAI, first red candle on the 5 minute. It could still curl back up. My short would be a tight stop Wouldn't really look to risk more than like 10 cents up to 60, because if it gets back there, it could end up holding and then retrying new highs, or let's say 70 highs. Oh, oh, oh. Let's see if it gets a quick dip here. KLTO holding up. Taking the 50 entry. Tight stops. Can we retest 75? Or I believe it was 70. I'm out at 46. 51 entry out 46. We are getting a bear flag here for ARAI. The bear flag. Dang, definitely not clean right there. Should have been back in. Oh no, man. Why we have to jump up that high? Dang, that was like a 30-cent jump. Yeah, that was a good setup, man. I'm like the moment I see 30, I'm just gonna take it. It just jumps to 65. Come on. Give us the early pullback, please. And do not Titanic if you do. Mm-hmm. This is where the Pump It Up song starts. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, man. I wait right there for just a little bit more selling. And there is no more selling. It's not instant. It is gonna go though. It could go all the way. It's possible. My gosh, I hit my hotkey, bro. Bro? No, no, no. I'm not falling apart here. To hell with that. I hit my hotkey there, didn't fire off. Time to get aggressive. It could end up going. But it's possible we see the pullback first, though. And the pullbacks are so soft. It's like, is that really the pullback? Like, come on. Give us a real pullback. Good. Where did I get filled? 89? Okay, this is a catastrophic pullback. Oh my goodness. Maybe I spoke too soon. I'm going to re-average. I think that's the best move here. Now I'm ready. Now I'm set. Now bounce like the wind. Take me to the moon of 1350. It should not be coming down any more than that. I mean, what more than that do we need for a nice dip, you know? So now soar to new highs. KB. 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 It is going all the way back down. And it's halting down. Bounce, 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 bounce. Already. Bro, these type of sell-offs like this, it just don't make any sense. It's another halt down. That's a false halt down. So do we have a chance to curl right back up to high of day again? The candle has 3 minutes on the 5. Man. That was a sweet dip, man. Sweet dip turned into catastrophe. Turned into a nice bounce. The Mighty loves these type of stocks, bro. I gotta check and see if he's doing all right. Our candle is still red. We do have this massive bottoming wick, though. Will we see a quick dip? I don't know about any prolonged dips in this type of situation here. New candle. Something quick, something fast. Mm, something quick, something fast. There's a massive bid down there. Shares are being filled. 25,000 shares there. That order is... I'm sorry, stopping out a little too earlier. The order only has a couple shares left. Oh, man. Bro, why do we have to make a new low in the bids there then? And then it goes up. Just the exact thing to stop me out of the trade. Do I try one more time? What's the high of this range? 93. The lows are always good when it's immediate, you know, and you're a little grindy and like making a new low. If your stop isn't wide enough, you can be out of the trade. Can be out of the trade. Ay, ay, ay. There's another 5-minute candle coming in the next 3 minutes. Really, 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 really. Okay, all right. On the sidelines. I'll give this thing like another 5 minutes, then I'm out of here. CARM once again. All that talking there because we're seeing nice buying for, 50, 65, 70, and we're selling off. And we're selling off. I think I might walk here, take the gains, and MTCL. All right, I think I'll think maybe taking the gains might be the right idea here. This one is definitely still in this giant consolidation. Giant consolidation. Really and truly, I wouldn't want to leave. Even this is not always safe, like leaving. I wouldn't want to leave unless it like breaks below into this area here. It's like it could still go. Even if it comes down here, sometimes it'll curl back up. KWM. KWM. Still not a ton. We've given back a little off the top. 300 off the top from ARAI here. There's 78 big levels. It held up again right there. Held up again. If it breaks down, I'm definitely out of here. The halt down is 10.94, which is $1 a share away. Tell you, man, going from pre-market is no joke. It's holding up again. 11.77. Holding up again. $12.90 is the high of this range here. It's not good that I'm not in low. I really should be in low and just kind of waiting. Yeah, missing that dip wasn't good. What I needed to do was chase it a little bit at 12. Second time is not the charm. Oh, come on, man. The breakout is not the smoothest to this point. Yeah, chasing 12 and then just having to stop at the low would have been the way to go. And just, letting it do its thing. And that was a sweet move. Mostly green candles coming up. Keep hitting the mic. There's a small seller, 70, 11,000 shares. There's hidden sellers, perhaps. Oh, the way how this thing is just moving, like it's just not the cleanest for scalps. And then nothing. Bro. The scalps are in the depths here. Of course, of course. Lovely, lovely. I missed the whole thing. I missed the whole thing from 13 to 1460. But yeah, 12, buying 12 and just having to stop down there would have been the way to go. We went to 23 right there? There's no way. Am I blind or something? Or is that the previous low? $52. The halt up is at 15.15. You gotta make sure it doesn't sell off here. Despite being strong. Bro, alright, it's fine. Selling off. I can't believe I didn't make anything on the freaking move going up, man. That was a nice push. Bro, all the scalps just in the depths. We should have went up to like $1,000 pretty easily there if we were to just connect. We did have more size waiting if we could. The 5-minute candle might close with this topping wick, which is not a great sign for the breakout here. See, this is why I stick around, because, you know, the opportunity is clear and obvious. Now, if I don't make money on the opportunity, then that's just my fault. The stock did its job right there. In theory, we should have added to like 1500 right there. But we fumbled the freaking move. Is it worth sticking around for a nice setup like this? I think so. Just gotta not fumble the moves. It's that simple. This is what we live for. So walking away from this doesn't make any sense. You just gotta capture the move, and it makes all the sense in the world. But we'll take the green and we'll walk away. Freaking hell, man. The candle did recover a little bit. It might keep going. We'll take the green. We got $1,500. We'll walk away. I think it'll probably keep going. I mean, it still looks all right, unless maybe it breaks down below 1380, and then maybe it's cooked. Or was it low 1350? Man, gotta not miss those moves going up. And then the last entry, we're out, and then it teleports up 60 cents, 50 cents. Come on. All right, shutting it down, walking away. Walking away with the gains. Man, this was too nice to not be freaking massive green, man. But that dip at 12, I think we were a little too nonchalant, because it held up. It held up that low again, right here. Needed to be in a little bit more aggressively, assertively. I was gonna put out a limit order for 1206, but I'm like, hoping it dips back below 12. You gotta just throw out the order, and then just put the stop in and just wait. All right, that's gonna do it. So for those of you going till 4 p.m., stay safe, stay green, and catch you guys tomorrow again. Small size pre-market. Small size pre-market. We'll take the $1,500. Stay safe, stay green. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Tomorrow we'll be live around 7 a.m. We're gonna come in for 7 a.m. 7 a.m. sharp. Early session. I'm gonna dial it in. MRIN. Something to try and force me to stick around. It's a little cheaper. It's moving, it's running, it's flying. 160s. 170s. Is there like a new headline? Sold off quite a bit. Now over 134, ripping up. I'm gonna take 500 shares here. 5 cent stop, and looking to see if it wants to continue. If not, potential re-average. Maybe not. We'll see. It's fighting at 60, a bit of a churn. Will we see more buying? Bro, ARAI, there's no excuse to not be nicely green on that thing. All right, I'm out of here. Out of here. Out like south. Yeah, I'll be live at 7 a.m. I'll be live at 7 a.m. All right, take care. Stay safe. Stay green. Catch you guys later. Live on the stream, 7 a.m.